I was clicking the button. Okay. Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and this is the Monday show where I'm joined with my good friend Mark from Suddenly Comics, and we are the Price Variants, and we are going to tell you about the hottest Silver Age comics of the week. There's some interesting ones. I'm not sure if Mark picked out that I actually put on some of these on the list that actually are kind of messing up the census. And I kind of put them on the list as sneaky ones. So we'll see if Mark catches that, but it'll be fun. These are interesting ones. There's interesting sales in here. Okay, so yeah, let's get into it. What's the
Right,
first one,
okay.
Mark?
When I was putting them together, I didn't spot an obvious theme, but
Yeah, there's an interesting one.
right, there's our first comic.
Yeah, this was not it. This is just, you know, this is a book, and I'm not sure if we've had it on the list before. We might have,
I,
but
I, we might have had it once. No, it's certainly not.
I see this every auction. It's one of the first, because the way I do it, you start from A and you go to Z, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this is one of the either the first book that's on the Heritage auction, or it's either there or not there. But pretty much every week I see it, and it's
Okay.
just like, oh, it's taunting me. It's taunting me. I feel like it wants to be on the list. So I said, okay, you're on the list this time. I guess I'll have to put you on the list. But it is a first appearance. It is actually a key book. It's the first appearance of the Chameleon. I
Right.
actually have this book in my collection, believe it or not. But
So the chameleon is not the poster of Chameleon Boy or whatever is not the poster of Superman, is he? He's not pretending to be
no, no.
Chameleon Boy.
I'm not super familiar with the character, but I just thought, yeah, hey, we got the character on this list.
Okay,
But it
first.
is a cool character. It's like punching the picture of Superman. It's like
Well, it's Hercules.
Hercules in the 20th century.
Yeah.
That's far in the future. Or
Right.
is it?
Okie doke. So I quite like it. I haven't got it. I might have it. I mean, I've got a load of Action Comics that I just haven't sorted yet.
Hmm.
Um, so it's possible I might have this somewhere. It's not,
Yeah, I think it's an easy issue to find,
yeah,
personally.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So how much does this sell for, Alan? Oh,
Not much.
$119, not much. Let's have a look. That sounds like a good price for that. 6.5. Oh, look, Alan, it is a good price.
Oh, oh, somebody got it for a steal,
Somebody
actually.
got it for a steal, $119. Last sale, 249. So, uh,
Wow.
yeah, look at
That's like a that I mean, this book doesn't look like it performs very well, except for that one sale. Somebody really overpaid. When was that big sale?
last 2023. So after COVID, 265.
Wow. That's crazy. So it actually was doing really well and then tanked.
Yeah,
Very odd.
yeah. I mean, this isn't, Superman is, we've discussed this, effectively in the secondary market, Superman's a bit dead. Action
Yeah.
comics, adventure comics, Superman, Jimmy Olsen, all of them are dead in the secondary market. I've seen a bit of life in Superman recently. Lost 2 or 3 months. I'm being able to sell Superman comics on Whatnot.
Okay.
I'm talking about low end stuff. Three, $5, but I couldn't sell that. Couldn't sell them at all up until the last couple of months.
Yeah, I think, this movie is a make it or break it for Superman. I feel like the Superman character overall doesn't perform that well. People love Superman in a way, but they get bored with him after a while. He's like kind of like a I don't know. It's really weird. It's like I think back in the 90s where they killed him off, right?
Yeah, yeah, but
And that
some of
was
these,
to inject kind of like something into the character again.
yeah,
But
but there's some of these Silver Age and Bronze Age covers are really quite good fun.
mhm.
The one Superman title that really does sell is Lois. I
Yeah, but Lois is the quirkiest, craziest titles ever. Like
Yeah,
it's
I can
just like
always
some
sell
fun
Lois.
stuff.
Always sell Lois. Jimmy Olsen can't sell. Supergirl sells. Supergirl and Lois are the two that sell.
We guys like girls, I think that's what it is. But yeah, I mean it's weird. So I'm actually shocked that this one. I would have thought this was a good sale too. Just I don't think of this as being a major key that people have to chase after.
No,
Again, a low census count too.
yeah, because nobody bothered got it graded.
Yeah,
If I got this in a mid grade, I wouldn't grade it.
yeah. I think I have this as a raw book as well. I'm not sure. I'd have to look, but
Yeah, same here. Right. Okay, moving on. Now, here we go. This is a nice comic.
yeah, this is a big one. Origin of Captain America. What I forget what issue is. Issue
109,
109. Yeah.
Origin of Captain America retold, Nick Fury appearance, and a great cover.
Yeah, so this is one I'm not sure what the original color is, but it's whenever you see copies of it, it's always that kind of tanned look.
Yes, beige because it's meant that's a newspaper cover, isn't it? So
Okay.
newspapers
I
are not
always wondered
white.
if it was supposed to be originally white or
No,
what, but
no,
no.
that was a newspaper cover. Newspapers never white, so it was
Yeah,
all
okay, okay, makes sense.
yeah, tan. Nice cover. I picked up a really low grade of this one recently in an auction for about 20 quid.
Oh wow, nice.
So and
I,
it
I don't actually have this book in my collection.
oh okay.
This is one of the ones that
Mine is low
has slipped
grade.
by.
I mean, I paid 20 quid for it, which is probably overpaying by the look of this. That's 124 for an eight. Sounds very good price to me.
That seems really low because
Oh,
I
that's what
think
I
of this
mean.
as
Yeah,
being like
that's what
more
I
of
mean.
a
It seems a
$200
very good
book.
price. I think I'd have paid, I would have definitely bought that at once. If you came to me and said, Mark, will you buy this for $124? I'd bite your hand off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
I mean, it
Okay.
seems really low to me because
So
this is one of those big books.
I love the cover. Right.
Yeah, classic cover too.
What grade was it? An eight.
8.0, yeah, it's quite high grade.
There we go. Yeah, it's a low price. Yeah, it's right down here. Look. 124. Lowest price as low as is it back to pre-COVID? Yeah, it's back to pre-COVID, but it's lower than pre-COVID.
Wow.
Yeah,
What
lower
was
than
pre-COVID
pre-COVID.
price?
Let's pick June 2020, is that pre-COVID? No. Uh,
That's actually after COVID.
so November 2019 is pre-COVID, isn't it?
Yeah, easily, yeah.
161.
Oof. So it's actually about $40 below.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty bad. I mean, so far two steals in a row, in my opinion, but
Yeah, well, this is a really good one because the one before only sold about 5 days earlier for 281. So,
yeah.
but
So
if
I
we
don't think these are like, oh, the market is dead and blah blah blah.
so
I think
the
somebody got
message
a
here,
steal on this.
guys, is don't buy comics on eBay. Go to Heritage and buy them.
Well, what was the sale that was the 280? Was it a
This one's
fixed
actually
price?
fixed price on eBay.
See, so that what I always see, this is like it's one of those hit or miss things. Sometimes people will mislist things. Like I saw once on my channel where I mentioned, I think somebody just didn't have an extra digit. They listed something for like $100 instead of $1,000. But this, I think, generally you do better in auctions. Generally, as long as you can avoid that nemesis situation where you have somebody competing against you and the price just goes crazy. But I think auctions generally you get better pricing
Yeah,
because you
well, I
can
agree with
use
that.
whatever price that's on eBay as you're like, okay, I'm not going to go above that price.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
eBay, when I put stuff on eBay, I price it to sell, but I do my research, so I'll look and
Hmm.
see what the other copies are for sale on eBay at the
Yeah.
same sort of grade that I've got. And then if I want to sell it, I'll price it at, you know, 5% lower than the lowest price.
Hmm.
So that mine's the cheapest one available.
And then yeah.
But
And
I'm not going to undercut by, and sometimes, whereas at auction, you can get quite significant discounts, like this person has,
yeah,
$124. That's half of, what,
half what the other guy paid.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think also it's there's something about getting the book now versus waiting for auction.
Yeah,
I think you're paying for that privilege of, being able to buy it now. And I think a lot of eBay sellers, like from my experience, the pricing on eBay on the buy it now is about 20% over FMV for the most part.
it varies. Yeah, it depends what it is.
Yeah, I mean there are some people that are willing to just sort of get rid of some books and they price it low, but for the most part, I find the pricing a little high
Yeah,
on eBay.
yeah, yeah, because you are fulfilling that adrenaline rush of I bought it. I want that comic. There it is. It's in the grade that I want. I've bought it. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I think people on eBay they're listing it at a slightly higher price because they want to get FMV for it and all the fees and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you've got to pay all the eBay fees, exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, what's the census on this book?
I would imagine it's quite high because yeah,
It's
it's
yeah, it's Marvel.
nearly 2,600.
Yeah, yeah. That just shows you the different. I mean, it's like 10 times the previous book.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it shows you the difference in Marvel and DC.
yeah, but that's two bargains in a row here.
Yeah. Well,
Right, third one.
let's see.
Avengers 48, the first Black Knight 2, is it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good guess. So, I was kind of wondering about this book in a way. This is me being curious. I just picked up the first appearance of the Black Knight, like,
Right.
and I got it for a steal actually.
Yeah.
That's like the that 1955 book. Okay.
Right. Yep.
Um, Now I was curious about this one because there was a lot of hype around this character.
Well, he did appear in the Eternals, didn't he? And
Yeah, he
there
did,
was a rumor he was going to be a main character in
and
going forward.
yeah, even in the Spider-Man No Way Home movie,
Yeah.
they actually hinted that there was the Black Knight. There's a scene where he like walks by some knights or some knight armor thing.
Yeah.
It was kind of hinting at the Black Knight.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, now that all that spec is kind of
Who was the
like
actor? Because he was quite a good actor playing him,
a
wasn't
good actor too. That there was a lot of things going for this one, and
he?
yeah,
Nothing's
it's good.
happened.
Yeah, nothing happened. Actually, I really liked the guy that they chose,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but didn't happen. So I was curious about that. So that's why this is on the list. It's
Great
one of
cover.
those like,
Great
and it's a
Pegasus.
great cover too.
Yeah. Flying horse.
Yeah, Pegasus. Yeah, and we got Hawkman falling to his death.
No, that's not Hawkman. That's
Or
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. I meant Hawkeye. Hawkman. Hawkeye.
So,
Hawk leg. Hawk
yeah,
arm.
I've got a
Whatever.
feeling this is going to be down, Alan, because
Yes, that was
um,
my thought too.
all the hype has gone.
I mean, this seems like a really high grade, and it was not expensive.
So an 8.5 at 252 sounds cheap. This is the
I
third.
would have thought maybe 400 would have been more my guess on this one.
Oh, look at this one, Alan.
Oof.
Oh, that's almost as bad as the Eternals one.
Yeah.
Um,
What's the
oh,
peak?
but somebody paid $2,500 for this.
Oof. So that was like,
It's
so
gone
this
down
is one of those.
90%. It's lost 90% of its value.
So, what that peak there, that was like this book was hot during COVID, and that's
Yes,
the worst thing to be. It's
yes.
like, well,
This is now, yeah, November
it's
2019's pre-COVID. This is now less than half of its pre-COVID value.
wow, that's so crazy.
I
Was
think this is a potential one for our spec list next year.
Yeah, I mean, the question is, will Marvel resuscitate this character? Like, they obviously intended to do something with it, but I think
Yeah.
with the Eternals doing so poorly, they kind of got like stuck where they couldn't really do anything with this character.
Yeah.
Obviously there was a big plan. They hinted at him in, multiple movies. They showed us the actor, like it just seems weird. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, and they probably paid the actor a fee as well. They probably paid him to retain him for the part.
Yeah, for multiple movies
Yeah.
and stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I just thought this was interesting. Yeah, sad that it's dropped so much.
Well, that's
Um,
three nightmares in a row, Alan, for the sellers.
Yeah, what's the census on this book?
I
Is
think it's
this the
reasonable.
it'd be lower, shouldn't it? Like a
No,
thousand-ish?
3,245.
Oh, okay. So there's a lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Okay.
it's a known first appearance, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool book. You got them like charging on the cover. It's a cool
That's Black
cover, you
Knight
know.
3, not Black Knight 2. Black Knight
Yeah,
3.
Black Knight 3. There's so many Black Knights. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Oh yeah,
third
right.
Black Knight.
Okay. That's not good. Okay.
So three in a row. That's pretty bad. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll see how we do on the
Three
fourth one.
fails in a row. Let's have a look at the next one. Oh, Alan, there we go. You were good.
So this one I just put on because it's a funny cover. This is
Well, we have had this a couple of times before, Alan.
yeah. It
I'm,
doesn't come
I'm
up that
getting
often.
I'm getting a bit worried about you. So this is, for those of you who don't know, this is a famous innuendo cover.
It's the
Uh,
Got Wood cover.
yes.
It's just like his positioning is just like, what are they doing? Why didn't they notice this?
Apparently, it was unintentional. Um, this guy here, there was a television series called The Rifleman, which was extremely successful.
Mhm.
Ran for about 6 episodes, 6 years, six
Yeah.
series. This guy is a guy called Chuck Connors, and he was an athlete. He was one of the first athletes to move from, like the Tarzan actors. The Tarzan
Mhm.
swimmer was a athlete. I think this guy was a basketball player,
Oh wow.
and he moved into movies, and his big success was this TV show called The Rifleman, and that's his son there, not in real life, but in the.
But his son in the his show, yeah.
Yeah. So this is, I mean, when I first saw this, it really did make me laugh. It's just unbelievable that nobody saw this. Nobody sort of said, "Oh, hang on
It's
a
like,
minute."
I mean, you look at the little boy's face
I
too.
know.
He's like looking innocent, like it's just so there's just so much going on this book. I mean, this is one of the few Western comics that goes for some money. I mean, like Westerns are not popular for the most
No,
part.
this one
This one is.
this one does go for money. I actually have a reproduction of this,
Oh,
uh,
really?
not the original. Yes.
Oh, well.
So yeah, it is a funny cover. This guy as well was married with children. There was no
There's nothing to see here, people. Move on, move on.
exactly. He was a good friend of Ronald Reagan, of course, because Ronald Reagan
Oh,
was
yeah,
actor
he was
turned
in movies too.
politician.
Yeah,
This guy was actor
yeah,
turned he was an actor turned politician. This guy was a sportsman turned actor.
yeah.
Um,
So
and
what? I actually curious. What does the description for this one say for Heritage?
it'll say something like
It
innuendo.
should say something. Yeah.
It doesn't say anything. It just says Chuck Connors and Johnny Crawford photo cover.
Well, I think that's missing the point.
Um, I was reading
You
up
gotta.
about this. Apparently, uh,
Mhm.
the Russian leader Leonid Brezhnev,
Okay.
the Rifleman was his favorite television show.
Oh wow.
And when he came to the States, he insisted on meeting Chuck Connors, and they met. And Leonid Brezhnev and Chuck Connors had a big hug, a big man hug.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So there you go. Very nice. And how much did it sell for?
Oh, yeah, you gotta click close it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
$288 for 4.5. So that sounds reasonable.
That's actually pretty cheap. I think it's usually like $100 a point. Scroll
Okay.
down. I'm just curious what their description is. Can you read their description?
Based on the ABC television series, Chuck Connors and Johnny Crawford photo cover. That's all it says. Doesn't say anything about.
Wow. They missed an opportunity. You gotta sell this one. You gotta sell that.
What are they going to say?
Well, it's a classic innuendo cover. Okay.
It is. It is. They should say classic innuendo cover or classic.
Yeah. So okay,
Um,
so how did this one do?
or
Okay, so we got
just describe it as the got wood cover.
yeah, I always call it the Got Wood cover.
Right. 288 for a 4.5.
Yeah.
Oh yes, look, it's right down. It's another
I
dis
could tell you, I always think of this as like like $100 point book. So
right. So, Alan, we're not seeing a lot of your the market is going to recover in 2025 here, Alan.
I don't think so. Yeah, it's looking a little bit. I might be wrong, but we still got a few months. We got a few months to prove me right, but
Okay, because
I
that's
think things
four
will recover.
fails out of four here.
So what was the peak there? When was it?
The peak, of course, was in COVID, and it was $600. So now it's
Oh,
at
that's the what's the actual sales price? That's the the inflation.
515.
Yeah, see what I'm saying about $100 a point would have been my guess. So wow. And what's the census on this? It's not, I know it's not that high.
Not that high because I don't think there's that many copies out there.
Yeah.
173.
Yeah, it's a fairly rare book.
A rare
It's a
book. It's a
and
rare
it's
book.
desired.
Yeah, hard to find.
This
Uh,
is a, I would have loved to have picked up this copy. I mean, this is a,
a good price.
good price. I actually have it, but I think I forgot what my grade is. I think it's like a 5.0 actually,
Yeah. Okay.
but
One of the great innuendo covers and really made me laugh
yeah.
time I
Yeah,
saw.
it's a funny one.
Right. On to number five, Alan. See if you can get five fails out of five.
Five fails out of five fails. So this one is an interesting one. This is one that is a DC classic book. It has the first appearance of Gorilla Grodd and the Pied Piper.
Wow.
So
Gor-
two major first appearances.
Okay. Gorilla Grodd is not on the cover though, Alan.
Yeah, I think next issue or the issue after that. It's like one or two issues later that Gorilla Grodd makes this appearance.
I have to say, the Pied Piper of Peril's costume is pretty poor.
Oh, jeez. Wow, it's like alliteration for the win. Yeah, but no, I actually think that that's very appropriate clothing. It's what you would expect the Pied Piper to look like, kind of that goofy kind of, you know, he's
Yeah.
got to lure all the children away and stuff.
I mean, look at his
Um,
legs. They're all spindly and
yeah, yeah. I, he's not known for being like this big brutish guy. He's a Pied Piper.
yeah. But look, he's got ginger hair and he looks quite pleasant. I mean, he should be a bit more menacing, surely. Right.
Now,
Okay. This is restored, isn't it? Oh, it's gonna.
yeah, restored 6.5.
Right. Okay. So I haven't done restored.
Okay,
Restored.
well, look, let's look at the.
Well, it was here we
Yeah.
go. I've got the restored 6.5.
Oh,
It's a record, apparently.
but how long ago was the previous one?
Last year.
Oh, see, massive record balances out all the other losses.
Yeah, I'm a bit dubious about this.
Okay, so what was the previous price?
Previous sold for 315 in December last year.
And
So
now it's going for
360. Is it the same copy? Yes, it's exactly the same copy.
wow. So they
Um,
flipped it and made money.
well, he's made 40, $50. I mean, but is he made a lot of money there?
That's straight up, straight to the moon. I mean, that's like massive, massive gains. I think he loses out because the
Do you
buyer's
think he
premium.
bothered having it shipped back from CGC before submitting it?
Yeah, I mean, this is like I don't think you make any money because the buyer's premium is 20%, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So he's not made a
He
lot of.
lost money. Even though it went up, he lost money.
Oh dear. What is a
But what's the census on this? And I'm curious okay, what's the census first?
well, the census is 500.
So it's pretty rare book considering it's like got a double key.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the 6.5 unrestored go for?
1,000.
Yeah. Oh, actually, it's got a kind of a roller coaster thing going on here too.
Yeah, but the FMV's 1.2, which looks about right. So that restored copy is only about 25 to 30% of the full price.
Yeah, so usually it's about 30% is kind of normal. And
Yeah.
what like once you get above a 6, the percentage you get is much lower.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that's interesting. So we did get one record. It's a legitimate record too. It's not like one of those one of one, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Okay, I'll give you half.
Whew. Wow. So it's not like the sky is completely fallen. There's a little bit of sky left. Um, so yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
you never know. You never know. Okay, so those were the first five. There are some pretty cool books on Mark's one, and one that Mark he's been complaining. He's been like, "Where is this book? Where is this book?" And he's been complaining, and I'm like, "Okay, I gotta put the book on. I gotta give him the book." So that's gonna be on his channel. You're gonna see
yeah.
the book.
I need my regular inoculation.
Yes, exactly. So go over and check out what that is on Mark's channel. And again, bye for now.
Bye.